So, my dear friends, my dear gods, my dear masters. So, these are the three wordings we try to use in every session. So, you need to know the meaning of it in a brief manner. So, my dear friends means what is the meaning of my dear friends? It means we're all Maitreya. We are in the Maitreya. Maitreya means friendship. We are friends here. We are no way superior or inferior to anyone. We are all friends. Not only we have to have Maitreya with all other life beings. So these we need to understand, we need to remember always, my dear friends. So we need to have Maitri. Maitri means friendship. The friendship must be there with every life being, be it animal beings, plant beings, birds, and human beings. With everyone in this on the earth planet. We must have the friendship. We are friend to everyone. We are no way superior or inferior to anybody. Okay. Even for that matter, I explained yesterday the soul, the creation itself started in two parallel ways, wherein the complete nature kingdom the path is different, and the other path is Purusha. Purusha means human being is different. There is no correlation or connection between these two. There is no interdependency also not there. It means the nature kingdom depends upon the human being. The human being, of course, has to depend on the nature kingdom. So that is why we have to give a value. We have to respect, and we have to give always our hand to the entire nature kingdom. Nature kingdom has to be like a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood for us. So we have to have good friendship with the entire nature kingdom. We never need to hurt, or we should not resort to any kind of a violence towards the animals. They are our brotherhood. They are friends to us. You can play with them. You can teach them. You can also help them if required. If at all you want to do, you can do some help. Otherwise, you don't need to do anything, no violence, no hurting, nothing should be there. We are all friends. Okay. That's why we say that the importance of friendship is everywhere in this universe, my dear friends. In this universe, the importance of the friendship is everywhere at every place. So that is why, my dear friends, we're all friends with every life being around us. Now, my dear masters. So what we try to say here, my dear masters means we're all the masters. Some of you are started becoming master. Some of some of the other people, they already became master, and you are in the way of learning, with the way of learning to become a master. It means you started now, and in the course of time, the down the line, definitely you'll become a master, no doubt about it. Okay, so that's why everybody will become a master, no doubt about it. You want to become a master, that is the idea, that is the kind of a the goal what you kept in your mind. Definitely you'll become a master, no doubt. With the dhyana practice, with the sajjana sangatya, with the swadhyaya, with these three things, definitely you become a master. Suppose somebody started, in a just like 10 days back, 1 month back, he's a junior master. That means he just started learning now. And other people, so other masters like us who already learned so long back, and then we started teaching. So these are called senior masters. So that's only the thing. Junior master, senior master. There is nothing kind of a somebody is very superior than other people. Somebody has to go and do the pada puja. All these things are not at all recommended in the part of the PSSM, part of the Mahavatar Foundation, my dear friends. So that is why we are all masters. There is no differentiation. And now, my dear gods. So why do we say this, my dear gods? Friends, try to understand, try to remember always, every one of us have the soul consciousness with us, and along with us, all the animal kingdom, and the entire nature kingdom, the animal kingdom, plant kingdom, and the bird kingdom, and the mineral kingdom, everyone is having their own soul consciousness inside. So it means the God is pervading everywhere. This whole consciousness is pervading, so it is present everywhere. That's called omnipresent. So omnipresence is there. It means that God is everywhere. So when the God is everywhere, so what we need to say is everything is a God. Everything, whatever you see here, everything is a God. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamadi Setaketu, Sarvam Kalidam Brahma. Sarvam Kalidam Brahma. That means everywhere only thing exists is Brahma Padartha. That is Brahman. All is Brahman. All is Brahman. So that's why we are all gods. We need to quote that we are all gods. Okay. So that's how it is, friends. So today we try to learn Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. Patanjali Maharshi, in order to introduce him, he came to the earth planet 5,000 years ago, isn't it? 5,000 years ago, he came and imparted this the priceless education. That means precious and priceless education. So you can't value it. Such is the kind of education, that is yoga. Yoga is given and taught by Patanjali Maharshi. So when he was when he was on the earth planet, my dear friends. So very precious thing, and which is required for every human being in order to lead their life, in order to conduct their life, in order to get the moksha or mukti or liberation, whatever you call the name it as. But in order to achieve that, the final goal of the human being, friends, what is the final goal of human being? Chaturvida Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. These are the four principles of the four goals of the human being as a human life. It means we need to always live in the Dharma. When you are living in the Dharma, so then what will happen? Artha, that means you will get Aishwarya. Kama, whatever the right desires, all the desires will be fulfilled. When all these three things happen, obviously you will get the moksha. That is Atma Sakshatkara. It will come. So when these three things, when these four things, Chaturvida Purushartha, my dear friends. So these are the four goals of the human being. And now, so when you born as infant soul, then definitely in one of the lives, and across 400 lives, in the final lives, the final stage of the lives, final stage of the soul evolution, you will become infinite soul. So that is the goal of every human life. Whatever the world has taken the human life, came into the earth planet as a physical body. The soul has taken the birth, and that means in the form of human being. We are a spiritual being, but we are now born as a human being for the sake of all the spiritual experiences. That's why what we say is always spirituality is the root, physicality is the fruit. What is that? Spirituality is the root, physicality is the fruit. Okay, it means that without spirituality, there is no foundation for this human life, my dear friends. Many of us, what we are confused with is the current days, modern technology, modern developments, so the lot of money transactions are happening, and everything is involved with the money, everything is revolving around the money. With all these things, what happens is we are get confused now. We are mostly confused that, so we think that this is the life. So contrary to that, what is exactly the meaningful and the truthful is your spirituality. Your spirituality is the foundation for your entire life. Unless otherwise, you understand the spirituality, or otherwise you try to understand yourself, then you will never become a human being. Now, so try to understand, many of us, we are not the human beings, friends. We think that we are human beings, but we have no human values. We are not acting like a human being. What is the purpose of human life? The human life is you have to stay healthy and happy till the last breath. From the first breath to last breath, you have to be happy, you have to be healthy. Other than that, what is that which is given as a goal to you? Who is telling you that make 100 crores and 1,000 crores? Who is telling you to do all that? And to who is asking that to hand over while going back? Nobody is asking you, nobody is forcing you. You are just getting involved into it, and you are merged into the materialistic world, and then you are making yourself more and more complicated your life. And also you are creating a lot of negative karmas out of that. Of course, this in the part of soul evolution, all this is quite common. It happens. But in the later stages of this soul evolution, likewise, how all of you are attending this program, you came to this, the holistic wellness program, and in order to understand the spirituality, that indicates that you have done enough. Enough is enough. What is that? Enough is enough. You have done enough karma so far, and you have already accomplished what exactly, and you did all the experience. You gained all the experiences throughout the at least of about 300 lives by this time. By this time, 300 lives or so, you already accomplished everything. You have done everything. You experienced also. Now your soul, within your soul, the kind of relation started. Enough is enough. Maybe you have come for a physical reasons here. It means you came here, yeah, for the sake of physical health or maybe mental health at max. But internally, there is a different motivation. Okay. The internal drive is different for you. Okay. You may think that I came here for just physical health or mental health. It is not so. For that reason, for the sake of physical health and mental health, you might have gone to the temple, or you might have gone to the some other Swamiji just for a blessing, isn't it? And there are many sources. You might have gone for a bhajan, or you might have gone for a chanting. Many of the sources are there. You might have gone everywhere, but why you came to only meditation? Because this is the eligibility. This is the eligibility within your own soul development. Your soul evolution already happened. You came to the extent that now this is the time in order to explore your own inner being, your own soul consciousness. So that's what you are trying to do now. By going through all these 21 days, you are trying to understand more and more and more about you. You are not worried about all outside thing, what's all going on, and all outer things, or outer world things. You are least bothered, and your own entire focus is on knowing, on realizing your own inner self. So that is the purpose of the entire program of 21 days, my dear friends. Now, so today, in the view of Patanjali Maharshi, so we try to understand the entire Dhyana Shastra, entire Adhyatmika Shastra, entire Atma Dhyana Shastra in the words of Patanjali Maharshi. What did he do? What did he given to the entire humanity, humankind? He has gifted something called Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. With this, he has covered from A to Z of a Adhyatmika Shastra or spiritual science. The entire spiritual science is described in the form of Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, so let's understand more about that. So more about this Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. So that's a Dhyana Shastra. That's a Adhyatmika Shastra. Friends, so also you need to understand, when you are trying to learn any Dhyana Shastra or Adhyatmika Shastra, whatever we go through the satsang and swadhyaya, all this will be a theory. What is practicals? The practicals is meditation. Unless you experience yourself through meditation, through the inner journey, all the science, whatever spiritual science you study, it doesn't have any meaning. It is not going to be practical. It is only information you collected everywhere. You have collected information through the books, you have collected information through the satsang and videos and here and there, everywhere. But unless otherwise, you have your own inner taste, your own inner experience going through meditation, the rigorous and deep meditation. You never have any practical experience. So that doesn't give the fruits out of the spiritual science. So spiritual science, in order to get the fruits of out of the spiritual science, one must go through the practice. One must go through the practicals, that is called meditation, along the side of Dhyana Shastra, that is theory. Whatever we learn from books, Swadhyaya, Sajjana Sangatya, whatever we do. So that's a theory. The practicals is meditation. The practicals is supposed to do a lot of meditation, my dear friends. Now, so what are the three major benefits of this, Dhyana Shastra? If you learn Dhyana Shastra, what are the major benefits? That means, so your Dhyana Shastra, Dhyana Shastra is also a Jivana Shastra, my dear friends. So the entire Dhyana Shastra is a real Jivana Shastra. It means real life science. No other sciences in this universe is going to tell you how to live, what is the importance of your life, from where from you come, where do you go after death, during this entire the course of life. So how do you conduct yourself, how you need to conduct yourself, what is called dharma, what is called mukti. So many things which science is going to teach you. All the other sciences, all the materialistic sciences are one side, spiritual science is the other side. So spiritual science is the superior science of all other sciences on the earth planet, my dear friends. This is a superior science. All other sciences are below that. They are subset of that. So it means that we need to learn all the children. Our children must start from the beginning, from the childhood itself, maybe about 5, 6 years. See, for example, the Vivekananda, he started at the age of 7 years. At the age of 7 years, he started his spiritual journey. By the time 30, 32 years, so he became a world monk, so world leader, world spiritual leader. You can understand the importance of the spiritual science, my dear friends. So that is why, so all of us, we need to focus more and more on the Dhyana Shastra or Jivana Shastra, my dear friends. With the Dhyana Shastra or Jivana Shastra, what are our achievements? What are the benefits? First one is Maitri. I told you will get Maitri. You become a friend for everybody. You have no enemies, my dear friends. You have no enemies at all. Once you are in the spiritual side, spiritual path, you have no enemies at all. You have no permanent enemies, or you have no permanent shatru, right? Everybody is a friend to you, right? Everybody is a Maitri to you. Next, master of your life. You will become master of your own life. How do you become? Because you will understand that everything you are experiencing on this earth planet is because of you, because of your own karmas of the past life. Many of us, when we are suffering, what do? We say that God has not given me. I prayed my God. I wanted this. These are the wishes to be fulfilled. I given my all wishes, but nothing has happened to me. I wanted to get the good job. I didn't get the good job. It means God is not helping me. That's what we are called. A common language. A common man language is like this. Of course, a spiritual person is different, but he doesn't. The common man doesn't have the spiritual background. Obviously, he quote like this. So, what is the meaning of exactly the God is not doing to you? God is not giving to you anything, and your wishes are not fulfilled. You didn't get the success. All these things, my dear friends, entire all the success, all your wishes, and whatever the fulfillment, everything happens basing on your own past life karmas. It means whatever you are experiencing on this earth planet today, it is the effect of the previous cause, which is kept in the previous life, which is done in the previous life. So that is why we call it as always, there is a law of karma, or we can say that there is a cause, there is a effect. See, for example, so all of a sudden in your life, no, you are just leading your life, you are going on, maybe you are doing some business or job or teaching or whatever the profession you are into, right? Your daily work, whatever you are doing. When you are going on in your own life, all of a sudden something comes and stuck in your life. From where will that come? You don't know. You're all well, you are a healthy person. You're all everything is well, everything is going on well. Suddenly what happened? A kind of a loud one or dear and near one, something pass away, or otherwise you get the suddenly one ill health will come. You will be suffering, and that ill health will never go. Whatever you do, it will not go. So many people know, they try keep going to the super special doctor, this doctor, that, nothing will happen. It doesn't go. The reason being, it is not caused by any other factors here. This is the disease. What you get is out of the previous karmas, out of the past life karmas. Okay, so there is a statement: Purva Janma Krutam Papam Vyadi Rupena Pidete. It means what? All the Purva Janma karmas, they will be coming. They'll be coming and struck, hitting your life in the form of rogas. In the form of what? Rogas or diseases, my dear friends. So that is why we don't need to blame anybody. We don't need to blame the God even. In fact, God. Always you need to remember one thing. Replace the word God with the past life karmas. Okay? Simple as that. What is the thing you have to replace? God word, the word God in your life, replace with past life karmas. Your past life karmas decide the present life. Your present life karmas decide the future life, my dear friends. The next life. There's nothing, there's no magic here. So all that what is happening here in your current life is because of the previous life karmas. The previous life, what are the things you have done, what kind of negative karmas, positive karmas. Even if you have done a positive karma, of course you'll be enjoying in this life. You will be enjoying, right? Which way you'll be enjoying? You have very good wealth, you have very good health, you have very good relationships, you have very good success. All these are the indicators that you have done something very good in the past life. But when you are experiencing great things now in this current life, need not to become an egoistic person, should not be so proud of yourself. Just the nature has given to you this opportunity. Enjoy that. At the same time, try to share with others. Try to distribute with others. Try to help others. Do some good activities. Do some good karmas. Then what happen? The next life will also will be better. Otherwise, the next life, what you expected, how you are living current life may not be like that. Okay, so that is why we have to be careful about the current life. All this particular thing, this entire the science of life, my dear friends, will all be taught to us by the Dhyana Shastra, especially Patanjali Maharshi, in the form of 8-step procedure of 8 steps of Ashtanga Yoga. He is going to teach us about the entire our entire life is described. He has detailedly explained in the form of 8-step Ashtanga Yoga. Let's understand what is 8-step Ashtanga Yoga. What are the 8 steps, friends? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. These are the 8 steps, isn't it? So when you read all these things, only one thing you understand, right? So Yama is first, Niyama is second, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. But is it really practicable? Is it really possible for our current lives? As far as our current lives, maybe this is applicable when Patanjali has written this Shastra, maybe 5,000 years ago. The people were, very sattvic. They were very sattvic, and they have all the characters of, so-called Yama, Niyama. They were following it. So it's not so difficult for them to follow Yama, Niyama. So if at all you are trying to follow this Yama, Niyama in the first instant, in this life, in the current modern times, it is highly impossible, my dear friends. Why it is not possible? What is Yama? So just observe the Yama, right? If you observe the Yama, the part of Yama, there are 5 things, 5 steps. That is Satyam, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya, Asteyam, Aparigraham. These are the 5 things. So I try to question you. You question yourself also. In these current modern times, right? You want to live with all this Yama, the principles. You want to follow. You are going to follow strictly 100%. Is it possible? Not possible, because I can't speak always Satyam. I can't always speak the truth in this current modern Kali Yuga. And I also can't be, so many of the people here, they can't live with pure ahimsa. That's not possible. It's not happening. At least the ahimsa, not in the physical manner, at least it is happening in the, in terms of words, in terms of thoughts, the ahimsa is continuously happening with everyone. So how do you ensure that this particular Yama principle you are going to follow? It's not possible. Brahmacharya. What is Brahmacharya? Brahmacharya means it's not a sannyasam. Okay, sannyasam, don't get confused or don't get misled by the word brahmacharya means sannyasam. No, brahmacharya means Brahma plus Charya. That means in the Brahma consciousness, that means with the Atmic consciousness, you are always moving. That means you are always living with the Atmic consciousness or soul consciousness. You are in the soul consciousness always, right? So that's called Brahmacharya. Then Asteyam. Asteyam Aparigraham. Asteyam means what? Asteyam means whatever I have, Asteyam means I am not going to steal anybody, or I'm not going to grab any of the properties or material things or whatever the positions of other people. I'm not going to grab from them. I always feel, whatever I have, I'll be happy, right? So that's why Asteya means non-stealing. You are not going to steal anything from anybody, and you are okay with what you have. right? So if at all, so these are the friends. Aparigraha means whatever you have, you're happy with that. For example, so many of the yogis you observe, many of the yogis, whether they have food, they have shelter, they have money or not having money, they have sleep, they don't have sleep, anything, whatever happens, they accept it. They are always living happily. For example, as a common human being like us, what will happen is if you don't have money, you'll be so much frustrated, and so much feel like you feel like you're not having any energy, or you are lacking of something. At the same time, so you don't have let's say you don't have food that particular time, you feel so hunger, then you feel like I don't have food like right now, I'm suffering with hungry. So like means for everything you feel, your feeling and experience will be higher. It means so you are not able to sustain for any other kind of situations. Any kind of situations happen in your life, you are not able to sustain. The meaning is you are not able to follow the yama. You can't follow the yama, but yogis will 100% follow the yama, all the yama principles. The reason is they are already elevated. Their consciousness is elevated. They are already enlightened beings, my dear friends. That is why I just give an example to you. Yama means these are the principles need to be followed in your life. Is it possible for the current lifestyle in order to follow these things? And after yama, niyama achieving, see, earlier olden days, what happened? So there were gurukulas. Okay, there were gurukulas. In the gurukulas, they used to send their children at the age of 5 years, 7 years, or 8 years. They used to send to the gurukula. So when they enter the gurukula, they come out of the gurukula only after 20 years or 21 years. So in this duration, what happened, friends? In the beginning days, they used to teach, they used to make them to follow yama niyama 100%. Okay, because they're already pure in the mind, all the children, they are pure in the mind, so they will definitely follow the yama niyama. And with the yama niyama, what happened, the other steps of the ashtanga yoga will be followed. It's easy for you. So but what happens in the current life, yama niyama cannot be followed because this current state of life, so it's not going to give you any kind of a chance to follow this yama niyama. So then what will happen, many of the people are, my dear friends, many of the people, because they have to, in order to learn the yoga, eight steps are involved in the yoga. You want to learn yoga, is also interested, but so when he approached the teacher, if he started teaching, first you do yama, second you do niyama. Once you achieve this, then you start, something called pranaya, asana. He says that next comes to asana. When he says all this, by the time he achieve this yama niyama, he will be about 70, 80 years old. That means his entire age is gone. Entire life itself is gone, my dear friend. He can't achieve it. How do you say that all these, these strict principles? They are principles and regulations of life, conditions of life. How do you achieve that? A common man, even at the age of up to the age of 50 or 60, 70 years, you give to him, he can never achieve this yama niyama. Just by saying that I want to be satya, I want to be living in satyam, I want to only speak truth. Is it possible? So not possible, my dear friends. That is why. So what we try to do is, as per our beloved Guruji, so Brahmarshi Patriji, what he rearranged is the entire definition of this Ashtanga Yoga. So we have rearranged such a way that we start with the asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, and yama and nema. So this is the order we rearranged. Okay. So the reason being, see, this is only possible by doing so. Otherwise, it is highly impossible in order to achieve the eight-step yoga, and in order to achieve the samadhi sthiti or liberation or moksha. You want to get atma sakshatkara, then it's highly impossible by going through the normal way of the ashtanga yoga. Friends, so now, so let's understand. Let's begin with something called asana. Okay. So what I said is exactly, so all the people, many of the people, so because they feel so difficult to follow this yama nema in the beginning, many of the people, they drop practicing yoga itself. They say that no, it is not for me now. So when I become old, when I'm almost near to my graveyard, so then I will try to learn. I will try to learn that. He say that no, it is not for me at this age, because yama nema not possible for me. So why should I do all these things? So let me postpone to 50, 60, 70. By the time I'm nearing to my graveyard. So that's what everybody try to do that. because they feel so difficult to follow this yama nema. That is why we should not put this yama nema here. They just place at the end of the this other first 6 steps will be important. Then next two steps will be obviously it will happen, my dear friends. By default, it will come to you. Now let's know how it happens, friends. First one is asana. What is asana? Asana means don't think that only the physical asanas. Asanas means it is asana. Okay. So what is asana particularly means where whatever the comfortable posture which you are able to sit for long time for the practice of your own sadhana, that is called the real asana. Okay, that's the real, that is sthira sukha asana. It must be sthira sukha asana. So what happened is many people they are confused with asanas means like a physical asanas like Shirshasana. So there are many other asanas are there, right? So Paschimottanasana, all these asanas are there. So they think that asanas are those are the asanas they have to practice just for getting the self-realization or whatever it may be. Okay, so but actually it is not like that. Asanas are meant for physical fitness. It means they are equivalent to the physical exercises, my dear friend. Surya Namaskar, all the asanas, whatever the asanas. Of course, the disease specific also try to work because when you stretch, your legs and your hands and everything, what will happen? Some kind of stress will go out. Okay, so that's how what happened, friends. So the asanas are meant for the physical fitness. Okay, so don't get confused this asana with those asanas. Asana means here, what is the asana means? So especially in Anapanasati meditation, the entire Anapanasati meditation can be described with these particular 6 steps, my dear friends. So let me describe how Anapanasati is working with you. Day in, day out, you are practicing. You are going to practice now. So that Anapanasati meditation is working very well and can be defined with this only the first 6 steps. 6 steps, my dear friends. The first one is asana. So that is Sthira Sukha Asana. Sit comfortably. Okay, sit comfortably, close your eyes, clasp your fingers, cross your legs. So that is the sthira sukha asana you must take. Just take that asana. That is enough for you. When you take that, what happened? Your body now became silent. Your body became idle. You are in your body. Major dissipation, the major dissipation of your energy, bodily energy, wherever it goes, from eyes, 80% will go. From the hands, 10% will go. From the legs, 10% will go. All the 100% energy which is leaking out of your physical body, what you have done, you have stopped it. You are now what you are doing, conserving. That's why the first advantage of Sthira Sukha Asana is conservation of your own bodily energy. So that's the first thing will happen, my dear friends. Now, so this is the asana you need to take. When you take this asana, the moment you take this asana, first thing you remember is number of thoughts in your mind start decreasing. Why it will decrease, my dear friends? See, and let me tell you, your eyes are the doorways for your brain. What are those? Your eyes, your physical eyes are the doorways for your brain. Everything for your brain, for your mind, let's say, so the complete feeding will be going, maximum feeding will be happening through your eyes. Very less feeding will happen, maybe through whatever, your hands or your mouth or your ears. So all that feeding is maybe 20%, but maximum amount of feeding to your brain, your mind will be through the eyes, my dear friends. Okay, so that is why what happens when you have closed your eyes, what happens? Most of the percentage of thoughts which is going to come into the mind, with the information which is going into feeding into the mind or a brain, it will be subsidized, it will be decreased. Maybe it becomes a zero also. The reason being because you have closed your eyes, my dear friends. So that is why, likewise, so when your physical body became idle in the form of sthira sukha asana, the first step asana, then what will happen? Your amount of thoughts are going to reduce. Okay. First thing you need to remember, the 8th step Ashtanga Yoga. Yoga means never ever confuse. Yoga means with yoga asana. No. Yoga means the union of your own mind with the own soul. Okay, the union of your own mind with the soul consciousness, they become one. They become one. So that is called yoga. Yoga means union, my dear friends. How do you achieve that? The becoming your mind becoming oneness with the soul. How do you achieve that? That is through this first 6 steps. If you follow correctly, definitely you achieve that, my dear friends. So that's what it is called yoga. That's the real meaning of a yoga. Okay, let's understand now the asana you have done. You have made your physical body idle, number of thoughts are getting decreased now. Now go to the pranayama. What is the pranayama? Again, don't get confused. No, pranayama means Brasika pranayama, Brahmari pranayama, Anuloma Viloma. Those are the pranayama techniques or breathing techniques which are given just in order to purify your lungs and your all these swasakosha, swasanala, all these things, just to purify all those things. Those, those pranayama techniques are there, very much there. You can practice, not a problem. Friends, here pranayama means, here pranayama meaning is, the understanding of pranayama is Sukhamaya pranayama. What is Sukhamaya pranayama? Again, we need to understand one thing, my dear friends. So now, when you close your eyes and you clasp your fingers, cross your legs and sitting idle and not doing anything, any physical work, your physical body is idle now. Now, by observation of the breath, what you are going to do next one, after the Sthira Sukhasana, then you are entering into the something called Sukhamaya pranayama, that is breath observation, your own breath observation you are going to do. That is, by observing your own breath, what happens? Your mind becomes still, or your mind becomes standstill, my dear friends. So until then, what happened? Your mind is running. Your mind is running like a horse, it is running like a so fast, such a fast, with a high speed, your mind was running continuously, it was running, my dear friends. Now what happened is, because of this Sukhamaya pranayama, that is the second step in the first six steps of the Ashtanga Yoga. Second step is, that is pranayama, that is called Sukhamaya pranayama, wherein you are going to observe your own natural breath. When you observe your own natural breath, my dear friends, your breath and thoughts are interlinked. Right? When they are interlinked, what happened? Your breath became slow and you are observing a natural flow of the breath here. What is happening? Then slowly your number of thoughts will get down. That means your number of thoughts will be decreased. So now what you are doing with this? You are now bringing the mind in the standstill state, idle state. You are bringing the mind to the zero state, empty state, ideal state. In this, what happened now? Then one more thing will happen, my dear friends. That is, conservation of your mental energy will happen. What happens? Conservation of your own mental energy. Whatever earlier you're doing lot of thoughts, right? Lot of thoughts you are doing. When you are doing lot of thoughts, what happens? Lot of energy will go out of you. So lot of energy, when it goes out of you, you definitely become weaker. Your amount of energy from bodily system, if it goes out, what happens? You become weaker. Now, so that chance we are not doing. We are doing now, we are now conserving the energy by making our mind empty or a standstill. So I am going to conserve lot of my mental energy. So now with these two things, my dear friends, my energy within my system is elevated, is increased. Okay, so this is the thing, pranayama, that is Sukhamaya pranayama. Right now, so that is pranayama. When you do the pranayama, my dear friends, what happens is, when you do proper pranayama, then you are called as a dhyani, meditator. Okay, so that means you are doing a pranayama, the Sukhamaya pranayama properly. That means you are observing the breath, making mind empty, no thoughts are moving in the mind. Then you are coming to slowly zero state with the practice of so many years, days, months, and years. Then like your mind is getting completely empty. So sunya sthiti, parisunya sthiti, Mahastunya sthiti, you have got it. That means what, my dear friends? Then I said, we already discussed, you get lot of cosmic energy through the Brahmanandra. Right? Through the Brahmanandra, what happens? Lot of cosmic energy enters inside. When it enters inside, what will happen, my dear friends? So when it enters inside, we already discussed, Nadi Shuddhi will happen, thought activation starts, astral travel experiences will start, all this, the inner intuitions will start, inner experiences will start. So when all these things are happening, where these are happening, my dear friends? With whose intervention these things are happening? Without any intervention of your mind. Your mind is zero now. You are no more here. That means you are no more, because your mind is zero. So when you are no more, when your mind is zero, then how come these experiences are happening? These experiences are happening within yourself. By what way? By the way of the spiritual connection is established now. It means the cosmic energy is entering now. When the cosmic energy enters inside you, all these great spiritual experiences starts happening. So when these things happening, my dear friends, that means, so what we say is pratyahara. You are entering into the state of, that's called pratyahara. What is pratyahara? Pratya plus ahara. Pratya means what? Pratya means opposite. Ahara means food. Right? So what is the outside food? Generally, we take, physical food, right? Opposite to that, what is the other food? Inner food. Inner food. So that inner food is called nothing but cosmic energy. Now you receive a lot of cosmic energy, my dear friends. And also you receive, you are going to experience a lot of, visions, and, you are going to see a lot of visions and colors. And, you may be meeting some great masters, through meditation, in your own meditation, because you are now gone into deeper meditation state. Everything happens, my dear friends. So that means you are getting inner food. You started getting inner food than the outer food. You don't need outer food now. At this state of meditation, my dear friends, when you are sitting, with an ideal mind and ideal body, everything, then what are all things happening inside you? That is called pratyahara. When you enter into the pratyahara, my dear friends, you are called as a yogi. You are called as a yogi. So you became a yogi now by experiencing all inner experiences. So you became a yogi. So once you start getting these experiences, my dear friends, you still continue your meditation practices, along the year, along the number of years, along the life. What happens? Then what happens is, such a situation comes, you are focusing all these inner experience, whatever you are gaining the experiences, you will be continuously focusing on them. You'll be focusing. Focusing means what? You are experiencing all that, and you are keep on experiencing all the greater experience of spirituality, whatever you are experiencing. That means you are focusing on them continuously. That is called dharana. Dharana means what? Continuous, continuous. If anything happen continuously, happening continuously without break, that is called dharana. Now, in the state of your deep meditation, my dear friends, what you are doing is dharana. Many other institutions, what they say is, dharana means you try to focus on the light, you try to focus on the, object, outside object, something and all they will tell you. It means when you focus on the any other element, any other object outside of you, any other object, if you focus, what happen? Your mind will not be zero. Your mind cannot become zero, isn't it? So how can the mind become zero when it is observing some object, some light, something, right? So that is why actual meaning of dharana is, you are not observing anything at all. You are observing, you are focusing on your own inner experiences in the deep meditation. That is called dharana. So this dharana has to be continued, my dear friends. It has to be that in that state, many of the lives will go. We may live like that. We may lead many of our lives in dharana state. Some of the lives, many of the lives, we lead the lives in the so-called pranayama state. So many of the people, let me tell you, many of the people just try to seek the meditation. No, sir, it's not happening to me, so I can't do meditation. You leave it. So in this entire life, you won't do meditation. You won't do meditation, you can't do meditation, you can't do any yoga. Then the entire life is past, and then again will come back. So likewise, friends, there is a possibility that many of the people will miss. Many of the people will be missing because they don't know proper understanding, they don't know proper knowledge about this. Then what will happen? They will miss it. And of course, it doesn't matter. So they are given the huge number of opportunities in this universe. They can come back and try again. But I'm trying to tell you, so whoever is able to understand this vijnana, this is wisdom, I'm trying to explain more in detail, in depth means the reason is, see here, so what's happening is now you are entering into the dharana sthiti itself, maybe 30, 40 lives you have to spend just to achieve the perfection in the dharana state, my dear friends. Because we also have physical life, right? We are not a yogis like sitting in the Himalayas and just doing tapas, only tapas. But of course, there is also a problem. Even if you go do on Himalayas, a lot of tapas and everything, what will happen is ultimately your resident workers are not, win over by you. All the resident workers are there well within you. So you have to practice them means you have to really succeed over the all the resident workers means you must come to the karma bhumi. Only you cannot stay in the punya bhumi, my dear friends. Our Himalayas is a punya bhumi, wherein you have huge amount of energy, the very good association with a lot of great masters. All that is right. So did you check your own, your own status of your soul, the evolution of soul? Did you test? Did you put into the test or examination coming to the buloka, coming to the karma bhumi? That's more important, my dear friends. That is why. So in PSSM or Mahavatar Foundation, what we try to stress is samsarave nirvanam. What is that? Samsarave nirvanam. Being in the family, you must accomplish your own liberation or mukti or a nirvana, my dear friends. So that's how, friends. So now what happened? This dharana will be continuous for so many lives, my dear friends. So at the end of dharana, It means you are really focusing on your own inner experiences in a greater, highly focused way. That means you are in a completely a deep silence. Then your cosmic energy flow will be continuous for you. Then what will happen, my dear friends? So almost like pratyahara in the after pratyahara dharana state, your third eye is activated. Now you instead of you are a yogi. First you are a dhyani, then a yogi. Now you became a rishi. Rishi means who is the rishi? He is able to see. He is able to see the things which are beyond things which are beyond your physical eyes. He is able to see, he is able to observe, he is able to understand those things which are beyond the physical eyes, beyond these physical organs, my dear friends. All the sense organs, whatever the sense organs cannot do, he can do those things beyond the sense organs. That state is called Rishi Tattva. Okay, so once you become a Rishi, that means once you finish your Dharana state, once you are in the Dharana state, then definitely you become a Rishi. Then you can always understand, analyze, see, and all these things you can do which are beyond your senses, which are beyond your physical senses, my dear friends. So now your Dharana state is continuing. Then what will happen? Slowly, you enter into the final state of consciousness, that is the deep silent state of consciousness you will enter into. So you'll be you'll keep on doing that. Then what will happen is you enter into the state where, so that state is called Dhyana. It happens. Dhyana happens, my dear friends. Dhyana is not the one supposed to do. So see, all the steps when you follow, Dhyana is by default it comes to you. Okay, that is called Dhyana. So Dhyana means what? Di plus Yana, my dear friends. Di plus Yana. Di means what? Buddhi. Or you can say Di means the one thing called, we have already seen the physical body, the seven bodies, seven body concept, wherein you have physical body, etheric body, astral body, causal body, right? There are other bodies. Now, so when you achieve the state of Dharana, you are entering into the Dhyana state. What will happen is so you will be able to release out of you the astral body plus causal body. With the astral body and causal body, you are going to travel to all the other high frequency worlds, invisible worlds, my dear friends. Invisible worlds, you will travel, you meet a lot of masters, you take a lot of experiences, you take a lot of wisdom, learn a lot of wisdom from the great masters, everything you do. So through their communication, through the communication of with all great masters who are departed, who are living in the higher worlds, everything will happen, my dear friends, through the something called Dhyana. That is why, so Dhyana means Sukshma Sharira Yana. Sukshma Sharira Yana. The Yana means Prayana, that is travel. So Di plus Yana, Di means the combination of astral body and causal body. So always friends, remember, whenever you make a astral travel, your astral body plus causal body, they together travel to the outer world, that is the high frequency worlds, Urdhva. Okay, so this was the meaning of Dhyana, my dear friends. Now, so when you go into the Dhyana state, there's a deeper meditation state. Now, what will happen, my dear friends? All your answers so far, materialistic questions, materialistic samshegalu, materialistic questions are physical related, and all the mental related, manasika, that means mind related, or anything related to the society, all these confusions, all these great questions, and finally the questions related to your own spiritual wisdom, and the questions related to your own life or others' life, all about the mysteries of entire universe, entire life. Everything will be revealed to you. Everything will be revealed to you only when when you are entering into the next state of this Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, that is called Samadhi. Now, so with the deep practice of meditation, rigorous practice of meditation, my dear friends, now you are entering into something called, so that is Samadhi Sthiti, that is Samadhana Sthiti. It means what? So in Samadhi Sthiti, after the Dhyana Sthiti, so then you are entering into Samadhi Sthiti, wherein all your questions are answered. All Samadhanas. That means Samadhana Sthiti is called Samadhi Sthiti. You mean, so what it means is you got all answers for all your questions. So all questions are 100% clarified, my dear friends. But so there is one more thing. So you are going to get answers for all the questions, but there may be some pending questions also will be with you. Unless otherwise, again you start practicing meditation and going in deeper and deeper. Otherwise, you won't get, some of the questions will be unanswered. That is why here Samadhi Sthiti is also divided to two types. Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Savikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa Samadhi means your questions are zero. Questions became zero. Answers are full. Okay. Now Savikalpa Samadhi means there are some few questions are remaining. There are few answers you are awaiting. So that is called Savikalpa Samadhi, my dear friends. Savikalpa Samadhi can be converted into the Nirvikalpa Samadhi with a greater amount of practice of your own meditation. So that's what you need to remember, my dear friends. Now, once you enter into the Samadhi Sthiti, Samadhana Sthiti, you became, see, for example, in Dharana state, what we became? Rishi. Then when you come to the Dhyana Sthiti, you became a Rajarsi. You became a Rajarsi. Now, after the Dhyana state, you are entering into Samadhi Sthiti, then what you become? You become a Brahmarsi. Brahmarsi, Brahmagnani, so infinite soul, or the enlightened soul, self-realization happened, right? Everything, whatever the word you use, that is the last state of your soul evolution. That is the highest state of soul evolution. At the same time, my dear friends, so in the Samadhi Sthiti, what happens? When you enter into Samadhi Sthiti, of course, you will come to the earth planet for teaching others, for serving others, for sharing your spiritual wisdom to other people, and for establishing any kind of a dharma, or for the welfare of the people. You may come to the earth planet. Otherwise, once you enter into the Samadhi Sthiti, in any one of the life, you achieve the Samadhi Sthiti, then you will be not required to come back to the earth planet. You don't need to take any birth. You will come out of the cycle of death and birth, my dear friends. So this happens. That means the law of reincarnation, you will be coming out of the law of reincarnation. So that's why you need to remember. So this is called Samadhi Sthiti, friends. So now, once you attain the Samadhi Sthiti, what is the next step? So next thing is, friends, by the time you attain the Samadhi Sthiti, you are ensured that all Yama principles are 100% happen to you. Already it is there with you now. They are part of your life now. So you speak only Satyam. You speak always truth, right? You always follow the Ahimsa, that is non-violence you will follow. You always follow the Brahmacharya. You are always living the Brahma consciousness, Atmic consciousness, because you are already enlightened person. Then Asteya. Asteya means I am not at all interested to steal any other possessiveness, possessive properties. I don't need anything at all. And so Aparigraham, whatever I have on that day, what I feel is, what I always accept is, the nature has given to me. The nature has given me small food, yes. Very huge amount of food and very tasty food, yes. So I don't have sleep, yes. I don't have bed to sleep, okay. I don't have, my somebody, like for example, my wife died, yes. My father died, yes. For everything, yes. For everything, accept. So that is called aparigraha, my dear friends. It is not easy. When this will come, when all this will come, you tell me. For example, Shirdi Sai. Shirdi Sai, what is to do is to say some words. Okay, rain will come now. It will come. And once he also say that, so one Mahamari, that means a great contagious disease has come into the Shirdi area. So he has given a vibhuti and say that everything will go, don't worry. Okay, so then what happened? The disease itself is vanished, disappeared. So likewise, friends, and he also say many things. Okay, so it is whatever the words he says, it become true. When it will become, a common man speaks something, will it become true? Will it become a practical thing? No way. When it will become true means the reason. So when you are an enlightened master, when you came to the Samadhi Sthiti, out of your mouth, whatever it comes, that is the truth. That is the Satyam. It means what, my dear friends? Suppose if I say the rain has to come, it will come. Why it will come? You entered into you are in the Samadhi Sthiti, Samadhi state, where what happens is all Panchabhutas will be your friends. They are under your control. Whatever you say, they listen. They act according to that. They act according to that. So that is why, friends, what happens once you attain the Samadhi Sthiti, you become one with everything. You achieve the oneness. When you achieve the oneness, when you become one with everything, why not all these Panchabhutas will cooperate with you? They listen to you. They definitely will listen to you, my dear friends. So now, I want to say that, so these things, all the by default, Satyam, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya, Asteyam, Apagraham, they became part of you. isn't it? So that is why we don't need to worry. We don't need to do any extra practices for getting all these yama and niyamas, my dear friends. Niyamas. What is niyama? Santosha, saucha, swadhyaya, tapaha, iswar pranidhana. What is santosha, friends? Being always happy, eternally happy. Who is going to be eternally happy? All of us. You just observe what's happening in our lives. We get happiness, we lose the happiness. So today we have happiness, tomorrow we have no happiness. Today I bought a very good motor vehicle. I bought one car. I am so happy. Is the same happiness is with you tomorrow or day after or after 1 year? Is it there with you? It is not there. Why not? That means any happiness, any kind of happiness comes out of objects, senses, and the situations, conditions, environment. These are temporary happiness. These are all called temporary happiness, my dear friends. So, which is permanent happiness? The permanent happiness, what it comes is from your own inner soul consciousness. The happiness comes from inside to out. That means you experience the happiness from your own inner side, from your own soul consciousness. That is called bliss, ananda. So that is called permanent happiness, my dear friends. Here, part of Nema, what we are talking is Santosha. Santosha means not a Santosha means temporary. It's a permanent happiness. Who will get the permanent happiness? A person who got enlightened, he is always living in the Santosha, in the eternal happiness. Why not other people? I told already something, right? So if even enlightened, not non-enlightened people, what will happen? If everything happens properly, you got success, you got good marks, you got good job, you got good wife, good family, everything is okay, you are happy. If small deviation comes, you are not happy. But the same way, in the same situation, the same family, a enlightened master is there, he accept everything. He lose something, he'll accept. He says, okay, no problem, no issue. The reason is he knows the truth. The truth is what? We are only temporarily living in this physical body, my dear friends. We are not here in a permanent way. We have no permanency at all. We are living temporarily in this physical body. Any moment we need to leave this physical body, isn't it? Any moment we need to leave this physical body. When such is the case, where the permanency comes into picture? Everything is temporary, my dear friends. Your relationships, your bandhavya, bandhutva, relationships, and your financial things, your money, situations, properties, whatnot, everything is temporary. As long as you are here, they are all given to you to utilize, to live a happy life. All this technology today, now I'm talking to you through computer or the internet. So I have to be, you have to be, everybody has to be happy for this. The reason is otherwise we cannot communicate. You are somewhere, I am somewhere. How do we communicate, my dear friends? That is why the technology, so all the scientific development, all the things which are around you, like Earth has given so much natural resources, money is given to you, properties are there with you, and everything is there. All these things are given to you to enjoy and leave it here. Never ever develop your attachment. No kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madacharya. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madamacharya. These things should not be developed inside you. If you develop these things, if you are going with those things, what happens? Then you need to take several lives. Your number of lives will be keep on increasing, my dear friends. Now, so that is why Santosha means eternal happiness. Saucha, cleanliness. What is cleanliness? Cleanliness means outside, not the outside cleanliness. Cleanliness means the inner cleanliness. What is the inner cleanliness? Your thoughts, your words, your thinking, everything must be purified. Whatever you think inside, same thing you must speak. Whatever you say, you have to follow. Isn't it? Think positively about others. Think miraculously about others. Right? Give always the greater words to other people. Inspire the other people. Talk great words. Talk miraculous words. Isn't it? So like this, when you really live like this kind of life you live, then you are having saucha, the inner cleanliness, my dear friends. Now, swadhyaya. So swadhyaya means what? So whatever swa plus adhyaya, I need to understand myself. You, of course, with the state of enlightenment, with the samadhi sthiti, you can understand so very well about yourself. Otherwise, You can't understand by about yourself. You have so very minimal understanding, very minimal understanding about yourself or your soul. So this is possible, my dear friends. Swadhyaya. Now, Swadhyaya also means that so you'll be reading many of the granthas, many of the epics and Mahabharata, whatever Mahabharata you read, Bible you read, Quran you read, whatever the great granthas, So we read the modern masters and the ancient masters, whatever the number of books you read, every book you will understand. Once you are enlightened person, once you got the enlightenment or a samadhi, you can understand every book, even the Bible, I'm telling you, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, you can understand so well after your enlightenment. Everything will be understood by you automatically, my dear friends. Otherwise, it looks like a complicated book for us. That is why so most of the people Bhagavad Gita they go and take it and put into the temple. In the house there is a puja mandapa. They try to put that Bhagavad Gita there. They never open it. They never open it because that is not, that is, they can't understand because a lot of Sanskrit is there. Slokas cannot be understood. So when they don't understand, what is the matter for them? How much ever is good, how much ever is a great book, great epic also. It's a great life science guide. Still, it won't be a value for you because you don't understand. That is why, in order to understand this kind of the great granthas and epics, once you get enlightenment, you can understand automatically, my dear friends. Now, tapaha. What is tapaha? Tapaha means Tapaha means many people are confused with tapassu. No, it's not. It's not that. Tapaha means reduce, mitigate, bringing down. What are those things? Your sleep reduces, the intake of food will be reduced, and your requirements will be reduced. Whatever you have, you will be happy. You don't need anything extra, isn't it? You take one blanket and one shirt, pant, right? One food to eat. Okay, give this much only to any yogi or sadhu. He is very happy. But having properties, crores of rupees in bank account, we're not happy. Yesterday I explained about Diogenes, isn't it? The Diogenes, one of the story you heard, right? So similarly, I'm telling you, so tapaha means reduce, keep reducing. When it will reduce, my dear friends? Once you are enlightened. Otherwise, if you're not enlightened, I say that, no, you don't earn money. Or I say that, no, you don't purchase more properties. So if I say anything to you, it looks like irrelevant for you. It won't be understanding. It won't be understanding at all. You never synchronize with that kind of, that kind of feelings or that kind of experiences. The reason is your state of mind is not such a way that it won't accept. When it will accept, when it will accept the tapaha will be accepted only when you are an enlightened person. You are okay with everything, every situation. Even somebody comes and say a great yogi, so who is in the something called a Brahmarsi, somebody comes and say, Swamiji, your wife is dead. Oh, like that. So let's clap. Let's celebrate. What he says? Let's celebrate. Why? Because right here in the Panchapotika Deha, right? Physical body death. What happened to our soul? Very happily it will travel. Happily it will travel to the other worlds, higher worlds. She will be happy. No doubt about that, my dear friends. At least I will tell you. See what will happen. Let me tell you one example. You go to the examination hall. You'll be in tense, isn't it? You'll be in tense. You have to write the examination properly. Otherwise, you lose marks. The time is very limited. You are given only 2 hours time. So you'll be so much tense. You never enjoy the stay of your life. So, I mean, you never enjoy your stay of 2 hours in that examination hall, isn't it? Is it right or not? Definitely correct. The reason is in the examination hall, given 2 hours, kept lot of points, lot of questions in front of you to answer. So your mind is continuously working, and you're trying to answer one after the one after question, one question after you continuously do like this, isn't it? So then you are never happy. You have no time to be happy, right? You have no time to happy. You can't be happy at all. So that's how you spend the 2 hours and you come out, isn't it? So then when you come out of the examination, are you happy or not? Whether you have written the examination properly or not improperly, doesn't matter. Leave that part. But once you come out of examination, you met your friend, you met your father and mother, they wish, they wish and hug you, then you'll be happy. The reason is you came out of the examination. That is the duration of the examination is called testing. Same thing happening for our life also, my dear friends. Okay, what we do is we come from the other world, higher world, to the Bhuloka, that is especially the Earth planet. Why do we come? We are now writing the examination, my dear friends. You don't know which question comes in the examination, isn't it? Before going to examination, you never know what question will come until the paper is opened by you. You don't know which question has come. Similarly, you came to the Earth planet. Now your question paper is not leaked. Your question paper is kept with the Paramatma. What it does, he give one question to you. One question is in the palm of your son, beating with you, fighting with you for money. You are in the palm of your wife, she's scolding you because you are not taking care of something there. So this is also one question. That is another question. In the working place, your boss is scolding you now, or your boss is expecting more and more. How much ever you do, he is not able to understand. He is not able to cooperate with you. This is another question comes. It means what? On the Earth planet, you are writing examination with a great difficult questions, my dear friends. Then how can be happy? You tell me. You can never be happy. Your entire life will be one after other. So one issue comes, one question comes, one situation comes, other situation like this. So you continuously, you go on answer the things. Finally, this Bhuloka is the best place for a examination. Not for what? Not for enjoyment. When you enjoy, that's why whenever somebody died, what happened? They will enjoy in the other worlds very happily. There is no examination. That headache is over. That headache is over in this life itself. Okay. But one more thing. If a student doesn't go to examination, what will happen? He cannot pass 10th class. He cannot go to the 11th class. Isn't it? So that meaning is examination is must. At the same time, the duration between the examination to examination, that Vishranti, Virama, that is also must. It means what? One birth you are taken here, came to the Earth planet, you are writing continuously examinations on one question after another question. You are keep on answering for 100 years here. And after 100 years, you need the break. You need the break. Take the break in the higher worlds. That means your wife is died means what is the meaning? What is the meaning is happily she has reached to the our own home, my dear friends. Like you have left the examination hall, you are writing 10th class exam. You have left the examination hall and you came to the house. When you come to the house, at least you feel happy. Nobody is there to put a stress on you, isn't it? So like that, so when you leave this physical planet, the moment you leave the physical planet, that means you have left the examination hall. Now you are going to the home, your own home. There in the home, who are all there? Your father, your mother. Likewise, in the other upper worlds, who are all there? Your soul guide, like they are like your soul father, soul mother, and our own the great masters. Everybody is there. Everybody is happy with one another, each other. There is no grudge, there is no attachment, there is no jealousy. Nothing is there in the other worlds. So that is why the break, what happened to anybody lives, any death happens, they have to be happy, my dear friends. They don't need to worry at all. Forget about everything. Now you are going to enjoy your life in the upper worlds. Then again, after some time, you have to come back to the examination hall and write again. Then only you will be evolving, life after life, your soul will be evolved. Same way, one student will become qualified from one class to other class only when he write the examination. He can't escape the examination, my dear friends. Similarly, you can't escape the life and death. Both are certain. Both have to be go together. You can't escape this situation. So with this, my dear friends, with this, what I would try to say is tapaha is the thing which is definitely is going to be the part of the enlightened master. Is for a pranidhana, the last and final thing, my dear friends. So now we have to start the meditation. Before that, is for a pranidhana. Let me finish. Is for a pranidhana means what? So I am close to the godly consciousness. Since I got the enlightenment, I am living in the soul consciousness. I am living in the atmic consciousness now. So what will happen now for me is I'll be always in the very close to the entire, I look at entire around me, myself, and all other things around me. The entire thing is a Iswara Tattva, Iswara consciousness. So when I go into that state of mind, when I will be able to go to that state of mind? Only when I went into the samadhi sthiti and the enlightened state, Brahmagnani. So that's where, friends, Iswara Pranidhana is the part of his life. It is a nature of his life. It's a characteristic of a enlightened person, my dear friends. Iswara Pranidhana. Right? So so with this, friends, so once you achieve the samadhi sthiti, what are the things you are going to get? You become a maitri with everybody. You become a master of your life, isn't it? You become a master of your life. You get lot of huge wisdom. Whose wisdom? That is, you get the prajna. Then one other thing happens is you become a compassionate person. That's the end. Okay? Compassion, prajna. So daya, karuna, prajna. Okay? Karuna, prajna. These are the highest qualities of a enlightened person, my dear friends. Okay?